Dear students, just I am going to show you some objects. See these objects? See it carefully. Now tell me whether all these objects are same or they are different. You will say that they are different because one is diamond and other one is graphite and the third one is fullerene and fourth one is graphene. These are claiming as different because they appear in different ways, but chemically speaking, all these substances are same because in all these substances we have only one element, that is carbon. Why there is so much diversity in the appearance of these compounds? See the diamond. So how beautiful it is, how glittering. And see this graphite, it is black in color. Of course it is also shining, but it's black in color. It is not transparent. But these two, if we compare and see this graphene, this is also transparent, very light, and this is flexible and foldable and elasticity. So these are, all these substances are seems to be different from one another, but chemically all of these substances contain only carbon. Now let us see what is this phenomenon. So this phenomena is called as allotropy. Allotropy means the existence of same element in different physical forms is said to be allotropy. What is allotropy? Allotropy is a phenomenon in which same element will appear in different physical states. So here, when you observe these objects carefully, there is no relation at all. One substance is black in color and one is shining, glittering, and this is precious, and some other thing is very flexible, but we are claiming all are chemically same. This phenomena is called as allotropy. Why this allotropy is possible? This allotropy is a fundamental property of nonmetals. The fundamental property of nonmetals. This allotropy nature is exist because the difference in the arrangement of different atoms belonging to the same element in a different pattern. Now let us observe how these things are obtaining. We know that carbon is in forms compounds in three types of hybridizations. In our previous classes, we have already discussed this. They are sp3 hybridization, sp2 hybridization, and sp hybridization. Now, in these compounds, we are going to see only two hybridizations, that is sp3 and sp2. Now, first let us discuss the structure of diamond.
In diamond, each carbon is in sp3 hybridization. Each carbon atom is bonded with 4 other carbon atoms to make a tetrahedral shape. Each carbon in this tetrahedral form bonds with 4 other carbon atoms, and such 3 tetrahedrals together forms a 6-membered Purkinje ring structure. This in terms a huge tetrahedral. The repetition of these structures makes a huge cage-like structure, that is diamond. In diamond, carbon is in sp3 hybridization, so the carbon-carbon bond length is 1.54 angstroms, and the bond angles are 109 degrees 28 minutes, and the bonds are so strong. Hence, carbon is considered as the hardest known substance in this universe.
Graphite. It take part into sp2 hybridization, and each carbon will form 3 bonds with adjacent carbon atoms like this. This is one carbon and this is one carbon and this is one carbon. So, each carbon will form 3 bonds. Now, again this carbon can form 3 bonds to form a hexagonal ring. Like this, a layer like structure will be formed. Such so many layers, one layer by one layer, one layer by one layer, and within these layers there will be no chemical bonds. That is why they are slippery in nature. That is why it appear in black color and it is slippery in nature. Because see, here we have a bunch of papers. So, here if these papers, there is no bonds between one paper to other paper. See, they can slip like this, easily slip. They are slippery in nature. They won't stick on to each other. They will just, in graphite, each layer will be bonded like that. But within the layer, if you take within the layer, the bonds are very strong. Within the layer, the bonds are very strong. In between the layers, there is no bond. That's why they are easily slipped. But within the layer, they are strong. That's why, though it is used as a lubricant because of its slippery nature, its boiling point is nearly 2000 degrees centigrade. The high boiling point of graphite is because of the strong bonds within the layer. The slippery nature is because of the weak inter
In graphite, each carbon is in sp2 hybridization to form a layer-like structure. Such infinite layers makes graphite. There will be no bonds between the layers, so they are slippery in nature. Hence, graphite is used as a lubricant. Graphene. Graphene is another important allotrope of carbon. It can be considered as single layer of graphite. It is transparent, flexible, and flexible. Graphene is 200 times stronger than steel and 300 times more conductive than copper. It was used in solar panels, touchscreens of cell phones, and many other household articles. If graphene is folded like a cylinder, we get nanotubes, which are another important form of carbon. Fullerenes. These allotrope of carbons in which carbon atoms are in a spherical shape. C60 fullerene, we have 6-membered and 5-membered carbon rings. Particularly in C60 molecule, we have 12 5-membered rings and 20 6-membered carbon rings, which are arranged in a spherical shape.
Isomerism. This is another important unique property that was exhibited by organic compounds. Isomerism is a special phenomenon. That is, the existence of two or more compounds with the different properties but with the same molecular formula is said to be isomerism. Isomerism means the existence of two or more compounds with same molecular formula but differ in their physical properties or chemical properties. Physical and chemical properties is known as isomerism. For example, if you take a compound with molecular formula C2H6O, that means 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom is there. 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom is there. So, with the same molecular formula, we have 2 compounds CH3, CH2, OH. CH3, CH2, OH, 1, 2, 2 carbon atoms, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 1, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. And this is ethyl alcohol. And with the same molecular formula, we have another compound CH3. Here also you have 2 carbon atoms C2, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. This is dimethyl ether. So, these two are entirely 2 different compounds, but their molecular formula is same. If you observe in any inorganic compound, you cannot find 2 such compounds with same molecular formula. So, this is a unique property of these organic compounds. Now, let us discuss in detail regarding this isomerism. Here isomerism generally is of two types, that is structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. Again, in structural isomerism, there are three types. The categories are: one is structural isomerism, and second one is stereoisomerism. Now, in structural isomerism, we have chain isomerism, position isomerism, and functional group isomerism. Chain isomerism, position isomerism, and functional group isomerism. What is chain isomerism? The existence of two or more compounds with same molecular formula but differ in the structure of that chain is said to be chain isomerism. The existence of two or more compounds with same molecular formula but differ in the structure of the chain, carbon chain, is said to be chain isomerism. To exhibit chain isomerism, the condition is minimum 4 carbon atoms should be there. Then only it can exhibit chain isomerism. If a compound, if it contains minimum 4 carbon atoms or more than that, if number of carbon atoms are increasing, number of isomers can also be increased. But minimum 4 carbon atoms are there. If minimum 4 carbon atoms are there, it can have 2 isomers. If 5 carbon atoms are there, it has 3 isomers. If number of carbon atoms are increasing, the number of isomers will be also increases. There is no specific formula how many isomers that are formed. But as number increasing, the number of compounds can also be increased. Let us take pentane, a compound of alkane which contains 5 carbon atoms. Pentane. Now, if 5 carbon atoms are arranged in a long chain like this, and the rest of the valencies of carbon are satisfied with hydrogens, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. Already 2 valencies are there, CH2, CH2. This is the structure of the compound. And this can easily be written like this: CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. This type of writing the formula is said to be condensed formula. The same compound can also be written like this: 1 carbon, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple. This formula, this expression is said to be line formula. This expression is said to be line formula. This is condensed formula. This is structural formula. This is molecular formula. Same compound. And the name of this compound is N-pentane. That means normal pentane. Now, here in this chain we have 5 carbon atoms. Now let 4 carbon atoms are in chain. Only 4 carbon atoms. And other carbon atom is present as a side chain. Whether here in this carbon or in this carbon, no problem. It makes no matter. Now the rest of the hydrogens, 4 valence, 1, 2, 3. Here already 2 bonds are there. Here already 3 bonds are there. Here you have like this. See here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hydrogens. Same formula. But here 4 carbon atoms are in straight chain and 1 as a branch. In condensed formula we write like this: CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, here 1 CH3. This is condensed formula. Suppose if you want to write this as a line formula, in this chain you have 4 carbon atoms: 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms are there. Now in this carbon you have 1 methyl group, so that will be represented like this. So this is said to be one chain, 4 carbon atoms are there. So butane. So here in the second carbon we have methyl. So this name is 2-methyl butane, or this is also called as isopentane. This is said to be isopentane, or 2-methyl butane. In the next classes we will know how to write this name, how it was derived. It's a very easy process. Don't be confused now. Just you remember, at present you remember that name. In next classes I will make you to learn how to write this formula. It's very easy to write the names. So this is another example. Now if in the out of 5 carbon atoms, only 3 carbon atoms are in one chain and the rest of the 2 carbon atoms are present as a branch, and 4 valencies here: hydrogen, 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 here hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Since 4 carbon atoms are joined there, in that carbon you will not have any hydrogens. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 hydrogens are there. So the formula is satisfied. This formula in a condensed manner we write like this: CH3, C, CH3, CH3, CH3. So the formulas can also be expressed like that. This is extended formula or structural formula. This is condensed formula. And we can write a line formula. Line formula: 3 carbon atoms are there in a chain. 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms is represented like that. 1, 2, 3. In second carbon we have 2 methyl groups. We will represent like this. That is line formula. So this can be written as neopentane. This compound is neopentane, or it can also called as 2,2-dimethyl propane. 2,2-dimethyl propane. The name of that compound is 2,2-dimethyl propane. 2,2-dimethyl propane. So here in this compound we have 3 different compounds with the different structures, but same molecular formula. They are called as chain isomers, and the phenomena is known as chain isomerism. 3 different compounds are formed in this is due to the difference in the structure of the main chain of the compound. That's why they are said to be chain isomers. That's why they are said to be chain isomers. Next, position isomerism. Position isomerism. The existence of 2 or more compounds with same molecular formula but differ in the position of a functional group, such isomerism is said to be position isomerism. That means two or more compounds with same molecular formula, same chain structure, but the position of the functional group in the chain is different. Such isomerism is said to be position isomerism. The position isomers are obtained due to the difference in the position of a functional group. Functional group means a group which represent the properties of the whole homologous series is said to be a functional group. In the next classes, we will discuss about them in detail. Suppose, for example, if OH group is present, those compounds are said to be alcohols. Other functional groups I will discuss in the next classes. Now, if the OH is the functional group, let us observe the compounds in which this position isomerism is there. To exhibit position isomerism, minimum 3 carbon atoms should be there. If more than 3 carbon atoms are there, the number of isomers will also be increased. Now, let us take a compound CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. 3 carbon atoms are there, 3 to 5, 5, 7, 7 plus 8 hydrogens are there and 1 oxygen is there. Here, the functional group is present in the first carbon. So, this is said to be 1 propanol. 1 propanol, not nol, 1 propanol or 1 propyl alcohol. Now, we have another compound where this OH group is present at the second carbon. This is said to be 2 propanol. This is said to be 2 propanol. So, these are the 2 different compounds. Their properties are different. Of course, they both are alcohols, but this is said to be a primary alcohol and this is said to be a secondary alcohol. I will discuss it later, what is primary and what is secondary. Because here you should know, they have same chain structure, they have same molecular formula, they have same functional group. The only difference is the position of that functional group. Here it is in the first carbon, here it is in the second carbon. Due to the difference in the position of this functional group, the properties of this compound will change. So, such type of isomerism is said to be position isomerism. Such isomerism is said to be position isomerism. And a third type of isomerism is there, which we call it as a functional group isomerism. Functional group isomerism. The phenomena where we have 2 different compounds with different functional groups but having same molecular formula is said to be functional group isomerism. This was exhibited by a particular class of compounds, not by all organic compounds. Particular class of compounds will have same general formula. For example, alcohols and ethers, aldehydes and ketones, acids and esters. They have same type of molecular formula. Their general formula is same. Their general formula is same. So, they exhibit this functional group isomerism. Remember, what are they? They are alcohols and ethers, carboxylic acids and esters, aldehydes and ketones. alcohols, ethers, aldehydes, ketones, acids and esters. So these three pairs will exhibit this type functional group isomerism. For example, let us take C2H6O. This is the general formula of alcohols and ethers. This is the general formula for alcohols and ethers. So with this general formula, we have two different compounds. One is an alcohol and other one is a ether. Alcohol is one functional group and ether is another functional group. For example, CH3, CH2, OH. This is ethyl alcohol. Two carbons, 6 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. This is alcohol. With the same molecular formula, we have another compound CH3OCH3. And this is dimethyl ether. So these are the two different compounds with two different functional groups. Their properties are not comparable to one another. Both physical and chemical properties are entirely different. Similarly, we have another class called as aldehydes and ketones. CH3, CH2, CHO. That means 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms are there. 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 1. 6 hydrogens are there and 1 oxygen. C3H6O. This is the molecular formula. Now with that molecular formula, here I have a compound which it is 2, 3 carbon atoms are there. So propanol. This is an aldehyde. With the same formula, CH3, CO, CH3. CH3, CO, CH3. 3 carbon atoms, 3 plus 3, 6 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. This is propanone. These two are two different functional groups, having both or having same molecular formula. But they belong to two different functional groups. One is a aldehyde and other one is a ketone. We have a detailed discussion in the next classes regarding these functional groups. But you first of all in this class, just remember what is the difference in the functional group. In detail we will study about these functional groups. This is isomerism is said to be functional group isomerism.